The iPhone 15 has finally been released and the weather forecasted an entire day of rain. I figured this would be a great time to take advantage of the current situation and unbox the new pink iPhone for you guys, give you my first impressions, what I think, and a little bit of a camera test towards the end. Welcome back to the channel everyone, I'm Rich and here is the new iPhone 15. I don't have any expectations of this unboxing. Apple's been taking steps to reduce environmental waste and you can tell that by the size of the box. For example, I remember 10 years ago with the iPhone 5S, the box was very thick and large with a lot of plastic wrap around it. There's many accessories and paperwork. I think it's neat to see how Apple's taking steps to reduce environmental waste and it shows. Oh baby, here it is. This is the first time we got a pink iPhone. Oh, and like I thought, just a USB-C cable and an envelope. Let's carefully unwrap this. Now, this is actually a very unique cable. I haven't noticed any other USB-C like this. Upon picking this up, I noticed a super fine braiding which feels very soft in the hand while also being very lightweight. Even better, it does a great job of being tangle-free. In the United States, like the iPhone 14, the iPhone 15 won't ship with a physical SIM card slot. Instead, Apple has pivoted entirely to eSIM technology. Right now I'm reorganizing all my apps and downloading some essentials like YouTube, Gmail, and Spotify. I just changed the wallpaper earlier. I'm not gonna lie, these iPhones nowadays are preloaded with a ton of apps which I don't really need to use. I've seen this more and more as of late, so getting rid of these kind of feels like a chore. Some would call this bloatware. I just don't see myself using Stocks, Compass, Keynotes, or Apple News. One of the many games I always download on new phones is Snake vs. Block. The concept is pretty simple. You swipe your finger to guide a snake of balls, to break the bricks, and get additional balls to make the biggest snake ever. It's an easy game to play, but kinda hard to reach really high scores. I'll be using a retro 35-watt PD fast charging adapter from SharGeek. This one lights up the smiley face and will change colors depending on how fast it's charging. Yet again, the USB-C cable is so light that it doesn't feel like it's tugging the phone down in any way. The best way I can describe this cable is if you ever use like a gaming mouse and the braided cable they have on there reduces a lot of drag in general when you're playing. So I really like Apple's take to be using this USB-C cable. All of the new iPhones starting with the 15 when using USB-C, so thank goodness I won't be using you anymore lightning cable. It's been a good ride, but see ya. I think Apple's theme for the 15 series is utilizing pastel colors and I really like that. Earlier when I was at the Apple store, I saw like blue, black, green, and well, pink, and this one stood out to me the most. I saw the pictures online, but I didn't really want to make a final decision yet. Plus the guy that was working at the front desk says that the pink color was really hot right now. A lot of people are getting that and that was the most sold at that current store, which is kind of a fun fact. Anyways, the regular 15 is not made out of the titanium like the Pro does. Instead, we got the typical aluminum frame lining the outside of the phone, and in my opinion this feels a lot nicer. It feels like a soft matte lining around the phone and you got these antenna bands all throughout. So in my opinion, handling and using this device for just a day now feels really great. There's a 6.1 inch Super Retina XDR ceramic shield display. This actually feels very durable, and they got this what they call color infused glass back. All of this actually does a terrific job at repelling fingerprints. This phone only weighs at around 171 grams, and if you know me by now, I love lightweight smartphones. I mean, this just makes everything from calling to texting and taking photos just so much nicer. You can definitely feel the weight difference as compared to something like the phones before this. This phone can get to a max peak brightness of 1600 nits, so it's very bright indoors and outdoors. The dynamic island, baby. Man, I didn't think they'd give this on a base model phone. I mean, last year this feature was on the 14 Pro and they were really advertising and banking on this being one of their top features, and now it's good to see that it's on the regular models too, so the premium features are really trickling down to the base model phones. The display has always been nice. Yes, we are still on that 60 Hz refresh rate, which, you know, isn't all too bad. I mean, I think that's a typical iPhone move. You're not gonna get 120 Hz until you get to the Pro models, but, you know, watching HDR content, movies, and other YouTube, you know, shorts, films, scrolling across Instagram looks really good on here. Everything looks colorful, it's very vibrant. I can see the deep rich black, see the shadows on the outside. So the display is a real treat on here. You do also get the IP68 waterproof rating, which can be submerged for a maximum depth of 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about taking this out into the rain or going into a pool or shooting some videos underneath water. And yes, we have upgraded to the A16 Bionic chip, which was previously on the 14 Pro as well. You got 6 cores in the CPU, 2 of which are high performance and the other 4 for efficiency. And you got 5 cores in the GPU. So later when I do my review, I'll let you know how it is in terms of thermals, or scrolling across the UI, opening, loading apps, all that good stuff. Oh, and let's talk about that camera. You got a dual diagonal camera setup right here. You do have a slight bump, it's, you know, nothing all too bad. The lenses are pretty large on here, so I definitely get a case or something to protect it. You can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second. I'm gonna pull up some 4K 24 frames per second footage that I shot all in cinematic mode. Take a look at this. And man, I think the iPhone 15 is just doing a great job of just capturing the sharpness and details, the vibrancy that's coming out of these video footage. It's just immaculate in my opinion. Stabilization is also another underlooked thing that I think a lot of people miss out. I mean, bro, look at this. I'm just like taking video footage, you know, my hands aren't the smoothest, all right? Don't get me wrong. I'm like crouching down, moving out left and right, up and down, and the AI and the hardware in the 15 and just iPhones in general does a really good job at just like minimizing all the bumps and the nicks and ups and downs that I would have. So it's really great to see how far the tech has come. I personally think that the 15 is like the 14 Pro features and we just kind of dragged it up to the base model. I personally would choose to get the regular 15 instead of the 14 Pro. Now that we got Dynamic Island, the A16 chip, and all these good camera features. Also, it's really lightweight. I'd get this or maybe the 15 Plus. Anyways, let me know down in the comments what you think of the iPhone 15. Are you looking at getting it? Do you already have it? I mean, if you're that fast. And tell me which color is your favorite. I personally think the pink is the one to go for. You might see a couple people rocking this phone. I think the color speaks for itself. So hey, I'm excited. Go down in the comments, talk to me. I'm gonna keep you guys updated with my review and all that. And until the next video guys, I'll see you then.